Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, the 8th of October, 2023. It is also, you can also look at it, the month of October, like octagon, whatever you want to call it, and associated with the number seven, sorry, the number eight as well. So you've got 8-8. Also, that you can look at the October 8th as National Chess Day, and obviously the Analima symbol comes to mind, the infinity symbol, and the path of the luminaries, well, specifically the sun, the ecliptical path in the sky. And so it's just interesting that it's also National Chess Day, which chess is also symbolic of yin and yang, duality, like black and white, the red and blue. There's 64 pieces on a chessboard, on a 64 squares that on a chessboard, and 8 times 8 is 64. Anyways, so I just wanted to get that out of the way, and then also talk about what's going on right now in internationally, but with Israel, with the attack from a well-coordinated attack, which is being alleged to be from Hamas, and they're admitting that they are the ones that coordinated these attacks, these well-executed, controlled attacks in Israel. And there's people internationally that are on different sides of this, and supporting different sides still. And this is another thing that's going to be possibly getting us to elicit emotional responses in people into getting us into a world war. And so I've shared this on my whiteboards repeatedly for over 2 years now. And I was saying that, like, because there are some occult groups, unfortunately, that exploit religious sites and religious organizations, this would be like a target of opportunity, because for a lot of people, this is also Thanksgiving weekend, and a Christian holiday too, but also like a Jewish holiday, and other religions too, for various different reasons. This is like a religious celebration period, and being attempted to be ruined because of this senseless, needless murder. And I don't think the solution is to further, to make an already chaotic event even worse, and then to look at, like, the impact, the ramifications of what we support and enable moving forward, and then also taking key considerations as to, like, how this is going to impact BRICS too, because now, even with Palestine and the West Bank and other areas, like, this is something being seen as a possible area where there could be like a staging ground for either Iran, which also has connections with Hamas, and again, not the country, not the people. They're just people within, like this country. Unfortunately, they're doing not good things, just like in Canada, right? Like not all Canadians are bad by any means. There are a handful of people in cabinet right now and working with cabinet, these corporatist currentists that are destroying us from the inside out. And this is also happening in other areas. And so this was something too that they were saying, that with Israel, this was going to be like a possible location that would trigger a World War III event if anything happened with Israel. And they were talking about either it being like religious attacks, or it being like the rebuilding or the building of religious infrastructure, whether it be like temples or churches and things like that, especially on various different sacred grounds that have that people are still fighting over, right? And so this is territorial, and but also, I'm going on all these tangents, but I didn't prepare for this video either, but so bear with me. I'm not like going off of scripts or cue cards or anything like that, or teleprompters like crisis actors are doing. So even but even people who like Joe Rogan and Alex Jones, like, these people are very smart. I'm not saying that they're not, and they're definitely people that have a lot of power and influence, and they bring a lot of good discussions to the table. But there are also people that are controlled opposition, and I'll get into that because that's the title of the video. But I still wanted to talk about what's going on internationally, because I'm an international security analyst. I'm someone that's been in the industry for over 20 plus years in various capacities, working in the high levels very effectively, and seeing things for what they are, the writing on the wall, and just wanting to discuss this stuff. Because even with what's going on in South America, for example, you've got countries that are laid out, or areas, regions that are laid out, and there's always there's always a distinct like geographical and religious and language barrier that's put into place in all these landlocked locations. I've said this for so many different years, and so I'm sorry for being redundant, but and this is a way to keep people like internally divided and distracted, and then with the media, the social media messaging and stuff like that, that always like comes in like part and parcel with banking systems and educational systems and things like that, and it's all pushing like the same propaganda and psyops, unfortunately, these days, that's benefiting like the same companies at the top, right? Like BlackRock and State Fair, I forget what their names are, but anyway, Vanguard and Blackstone and these companies, JP Morgan. And even in Canada, for example, we have provinces here, and we have like in our indigenous areas that are spread out like more in the northern regions and on the coasts, and different languages, different cultures, different traditions, different religions, or like religious like ideologies, whatever you want to call it. And then even in Quebec, there's also like people that are French speaking, and then there's also like Roman Catholic, Christian, more for like the religious sectors, and then more like Protestant or anyways, other forms of Christianity, like in other areas of like the major cities, I guess now, and provinces. And this is also something that's caused division within Canada for many years, even with referendums being called and stuff like that too. So it's the same thing that's also going on in every friggin' place. So like even with Brazil, like in South America, like they speak Portuguese, and the surrounding countries they speak Spanish, and you get the same thing even with Spain and Portugal, and with like and so many different European countries, right? There's so many different languages there too, and religions, and there's more to it than you think, right? With like this is a way that we can be distracted internally while we're getting exploited, and it's a sad reality. And so yeah, and this is a way too with doing coordinated attacks on religious holidays and stuff like that. This elicits emotional responses in people that that you're targeting. Like I feel like they're targeting the extremists like on either side, right? So like even with these various different movements, you're getting like the people that are more extreme in their views that actually go out and try to push and force their agenda and their narrative and what they believe and what they want to do with their lives and stuff like that on other people, right? So even with pronouns, like it's not okay, for people to just like either not use them or make it make sense. And even that like there's people within these groups, the extremists, like not everyone obviously, but they're trying to make it where it's illegal to not call someone by their preferred pronouns, even if it's things like Zer, unicorn, tinfoil, like cats, like just things that don't make sense, right? And we're not like, we shouldn't be reinforcing gender dysphoria or people that may possibly be confused or have like some kind of like a mental illness, unfortunately, and we shouldn't be like reinforcing like these types of anyway opinions or interpretations of science and anatomy and biology. I'm going on all these tangents. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, and I get attacked all the time for like what are considered to be like I don't know, extremes views, but they're not. Like when I'm saying that like we shouldn't be sterilizing or castrating children, like how I don't understand how that's any kind of an issue, but like a common sense like healthy viewpoint on that. But that's somehow become like some kind of like an extreme thought. The fact that I believe that there's a God or a creator, but I'm not tied down to one specific religion, and especially not thinking that one like any religion is better than the others, or a cult, societies like the Freemasons and Illuminati and the Skull and Bones. Anyways, all these groups, the Rosicrucians, Rosicrucians, and the Golden Dawn. Like there's countless, and there's good lessons to be learned in all of these. But I don't ascribe or subscribe rather to one specific one, because like I do believe that it's based on this being a flat simulation Earth and astronomy, and I think that the representation of Jesus or Krishna or Mithras or Dionysus or Osiris and this is the sun and sun worship, and the same with Mary and Madonna and Isis and other, examples of like the female energies, like that's the representation of the moon. And it's not possible for like whirling through space and spinning and revolving and rotating all over the friggin' place, all over the galaxy with like billions and millions of gas stars in the galaxy and stuff like that, that are like 30,000 like miles away. And or the sun like being claimed to be 93 million miles away or 150 million miles away, depending on where you get your friggin' facts from. Again, this is all bullshit. It's local. Crepuscular rays destroy that argument, and so does the so do the seasons. There's so much more. Anyway, I'm going on all these tangents. So crisis actors. I don't necessarily know if this is true or not, but there's rumors about Bill Hicks and Alex Jones being possibly the same person, or at the very least, like embodying like the same character, and one just taking over the other character. Like if it was in fact true that Bill Hicks actually did die, but anyway, because not everyone, a lot of people love Alex Jones, and I've shared as well with him at the January 6th riots that he was there with InfoWars and stuff like that. Also part of the crisis actors, that were recording, and yeah, it was all fake. It was all staged, and there were some people that legitimately got duped into going and following masses, but they got duped into following masses of people that were either government and or not government at all, pretending to be government, actually wearing their friggin' uniforms and badges and all of this stuff, which is illegal, and representing them to be something that they would never be in their lives, which is like actually of service, right? Like it's one thing to friggin' be an actual firefighter, because I know firefighters, and actually pretend to be one. It's just so disgusting that people actually do that. Or infantry, like soldiers, like me, that I was an infantry officer for like 15 years, and it's insulting, the stolen valor shit. It's so friggin' infuriating.
So long, it's hard to give up on the character and go back to who I really was. You got me, okay? Are you happy now?
Alex Jones is very sarcastic. So again, like even with like saying that he's Bill Hicks and stuff like that, this like again, this is like proves nothing. It sounds very sarcastic, and so like this is not out the gate like anything that would be like, oh, there he is, he said it.
You bastards. Yes, I am Bill Hicks.
Hey everybody, ODD here. What's good? I wanted to dive.
There's different noses, but like people like get rhinoplasty, they get done nose surgeries done all the friggin' time, right?
Into this Alex Jones Bill Hicks debate. I've been researching the idea that Alex Jones might be Bill Hicks, and I got to admit that at first I thought it was completely silly and I didn't want to go there. But I watched a fellow truth seekers video called Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, 15 Proofs. It's by Taboo Conspiracy. Big shout out to him. So anyway, this video will probably receive quite a bit of hate because A, there's a coordinated attack on this information. At least that's what I believe, and that's what it appears. B, there are tons of people brainwashed by InfoWars and they think it's a legit source for truth. And C, people who love Bill Hicks think that he would never do anything like this because he was a loose cannon. Luckily, I've never been here for the likes, so I don't really care. Anyway, some say that even if Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, it doesn't matter. I say, if Bill Hicks was recruited to assume the character of Alex Jones as the leading controlled opposition to the mainstream media, then I think that's a big deal. And let me say this, Bill Hicks, for what he was and what his work consisted of, I absolutely love him. He was a total badass, and I have all of his work, and I watch it. Everyone disrespect the man if he is dead, but I genuinely don't think so, and here's why. First off, they look identical. When comparing pictures of the two, you'd have to be blind not to see the similarities.
And I do see like subtle differences, but these are also things that can be corrected absolutely with plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery. And like look at Dylan Mulvaney, like how many cosmetic surgeries he's done to his face to look like Audrey Hepburn. Like over 150,000, like ridiculous amounts of money, and it's to get like like brow reconstruction. It's like the forehead, like to lower it, and like stuff with the like shaving like his jaw and his chin, and like he talks about this and shaving his Adam's apple and so many other different things to get like a certain look.
I know we all have doppelgangers, but these guys both grew up in the state of Texas and have the same teeth, which is damn near an impossibility, especially when
So the teeth are the things that get people.
considering all of the other.
But again, even with teeth, like a veneer, like you can get like even like in a day you can get like a complete teeth smile makeover, get veneers and stuff like that, and so there's even ways that people can now correct their teeth. And if you're someone that's literally making a lot of money, and there's like ego there's fame, there's prestige, there's all of this stuff that goes along with it, then like you'll there's a lot of stuff that people will do to like change their looks in order to keep a narrative going.
Things they have in common. They share the same best friend and production partner, Kevin Booth. Here's a clip of Kevin Booth discussing a little bit about growing up with Bill Hicks as his best friend.
I remember I used to buy a Totino's frozen pizza every single night and like a half a gallon of Bluebell ice cream and go over to Bill's house. And that's what we would do, watch soap, pizza and ice cream, and just listen to albums and watch the show Soap.
Now here's a clip of AJ accidentally slipping up on a show where Kevin Booth was the guest.
No, I'm just giving medical facts here on air, buddy. All right, let's reset. Go to break. Me and Kevin are old friends. This is not good here on air. Me and Kevin are old friends. This is not good here on air. A little bit of gallows humor here straight ahead. I'm Bill Hicks, your host. We'll be right back. I'm Bill Hicks, your host. We'll be right back.
You can go to Kevin Booth's website, Sacred Cow Productions, and click on artist bios. You'll find that Alex Jones is listed right underneath Bill Hicks. When you click on AJ's bio, it has some interesting things. Let's read the top part here. I became familiar with Alex Jones in the early 90s when he had his first cable access show in Austin, Texas. Alex used to sit in front of a star map, and I had a hard time putting my finger on exactly what it was that Alex was talking about. I remember the very last time Bill Hicks came to Austin Access, spring of '93, we were working on a script called Public Access about a Rush Limbaugh type character who angers a viewer, and the viewer came to the station and killed the host on air. Bill's character was an abstract composite of various Access personalities, including Alex. Okay, it's basically saying that Bill Hicks was assuming a role that incorporated Alex Jones. That's pretty funny. Now let's just finish this paragraph. Bill actually watched Alex one day and said, "He has magnetism, but I can't tell where he's going." So Bill Hicks and Alex Jones have supposedly been in the same place at the same time. I would say on multiple occasions if Bill was utilizing Alex's personality for his Rush Limbaugh type character. And there's no photos that exist of the two together. You can find Bill Hicks with Kevin Booth. You can find Alex Jones with Kevin Booth, but not Bill and Alex. It's not incriminating on its own, but it's worth your consideration as we continue. Bill Hicks was working on a story as a journalist with Kevin Booth about the Waco Branch Davidians shortly before he died in 1994. Then in 1996, Alex Jones pops up out of nowhere with himself and Kevin Booth doing the exact same thing. Here's Bill Hicks in 1993 doing a Halloween special for Sacred Cow Productions.
Sony's on line one.
Sony's on line one. You mean we're out of here? We got the public backing we need?
Yeah, that must be that.
Okay, we got our big record deal. We're out of here. Thanks.
And here's Alex Jones doing a Halloween special in 1997, also for Sacred Cow Productions.
Yeah, pretty close. Well, I can assure you, I don't make any money off public access.
Coincidence? Maybe. Let's keep going. Some people say that Bill and Alex don't sound alike, but actually they do at times. Here's Bill Hicks.
You suck, buddy, you suck. I can yell at the comedian because I'm a drunk son. That gives me carte blanche. I got a cunt and I'm drunk. I can do anything I want. I don't have a cock. I can yell at performers because I'm a fucking idiot because I got a cunt. I want you to go find the fucking show.
And here's Alex Jones.
You know what it's like to go to sleep every night knowing you work for a bunch of psychotic killers and you bastards are probably going to end up killing me one day? You know what it's like knowing you've ruined my life? You know what it's like? You sons of bitches! I'm tired of your crap! You commit evil, you're part of an evil system, and we're standing up against you. And the Republic is going to defeat you in the end.
I don't have a cock. I can yell at performers because I'm a fucking idiot. Because I got
Go sleep every night knowing you work for a bunch of psychotic killers, and you bastards are probably going to end up killing me one day.
Bill Hicks as an entertainer could do lots of voices, I'm sure. Hell, here's Alex Jones showing you some of his.
Well, we're down here at the legendary Access Studios, where Bill Hicks was interviewed by Lord Booth. Get behind our troops out there in the Gulf. Road home for our boys comes back from Baghdad.
Mr. Stamler, this is Belly Johnson calling from New York. We have got your award here, and we'd like to present it to you at the midterm 2004 World Tiddlywinks Championship. So we'd like to see what you can do with those tiddlywinks. I hear you can, flip them like nobody else in the world possibly can, Mr. Sandler. We do appreciate you calling us.
And remember that Alex Jones is a very dangerous character, so you need to work with someone of that type of caliber.
Alex Jones accepted a Bill Hicks portrait as an award.
Tribute to Bill Hicks, February 26, 2004, commemorating 10 years since Bill left our world, presented to the Bill Hicks Foundation for Wildlife, Jerry and Lynn Raridan, and the fine folks at Capital City, aka Laugh Stop Comedy Club by Kevin Z, Sacred Cow Productions, and artist M.A. Hardy. The following Bill Hicks productions were recorded in this club. Same man.
Since I'm on this, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Like I posted, because like Candace Owen had trolls on. Anyways, they're probably not all staged actors like that are intentionally put there to seem difficult and annoying. But this is also a way of eliciting emotional response in people. And so I don't know if you can see this. Anyway, there was a woman that actually maybe I'll see if I can find it. She was I think she's a crisis actor. There's two different photos, two different videos that I screenshotted and shared on my Instagram. So if you want to check out my Instagram, you can take a look. But I don't know what the woman's name is, but she's definitely playing two different characters. And it just so happens that she's had interactions with Candace Owen. So like in these two videos, different days, different periods, different events, but like same girl, and she's just dressed differently. It would be one of our more recent videos because she just had another video out there. There we go. I'm trying to look for the video, or the girl. I mean, I have the video. Oh no. I don't know if this goes in this video, but she has her in the video, like in the. Oh, there she is. Oh my goodness, sorry for that. I don't even know if you can see it. Let's see. Okay, so I'll stop sharing the Alex Jones one, and I'll go on the Candace Owen ones. So I think that even people that are seen as conservative, like I also call them out, Alex Jones included, and Candace Owen. So that this woman right here with the short red hair and the black lipstick, she was also someone that called, actually, no, that wasn't, I don't know if that was with Candace Owen. It might have not been actually. pro-abortion woke leftist. I know this is like an awful way of saying it. Says fetus clump cells. I don't know if this is going to even be the one. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but anyway, here's her picture. If you can, let me see here if I can even. Nope, it's not coming. How do I? There we go. Her. So zoom in, screen grab, and then edit, and then zoom in and get this girl. And also something that has been like very controversial online on videos, saying controversial things, right? And so anyone that is pro-life, obviously, like they're hearing this woman talk and they're getting overwhelmed because like she's saying, you know, like like things that people believe to be incorrect scientifically, medically, and then also religiously. I want to see if I can find it. I'm getting annoyed. Okay, so let's see if you can see that. Yeah, so I found it, luckily. Oh.
So my poster reads.
So I'm just believed to be the same girl, just cut hair, and then wearing like really bad makeup. So again, don't like stay woke, right? So like left and right, all part of the same bird.
Life begins when you understand living women matter more than potential babies.
If it's a potential baby, what is inside of a woman?
It's a fetus.
Is it living?
No.
How can it grow if it's not living?
Actually, that's like saying if an acorn is a tree.
When does the fetus become living?
No, it's not.
That's actually a good question, but that line.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course, because you don't know it, because it's living. It's living. No, when is sustainability?
See, they don't even know. And so like again, I'm just watching this and I'm getting frustrated because even like as someone that has like a multiple degrees and someone who's also autodidactic, which means self-taught, I can answer this question. And it's different in every other country too, right? So like some people believe that conception is immediate. Some people that believe that conception or the like a baby like comes to life after like 6 weeks, and that being the period that there's a heartbeat, but also that the in other cultures too, that they believe that the soul enters the body at that time, because the body isn't strong enough to receive the soul, which is electrical magnetic in nature. And so it needs to grow a bit before that, and then it's also like, okay, well, how old would the baby be as a viable fetus outside of the womb without having any type of support, like life support? And some countries say it's 24 weeks. Some countries say it's 25 weeks, right? That a baby could survive outside of the womb without having assistance from the mother via like the placental connection and stuff like that. These are very important facts, right? And so this dummy doesn't even know this, but again, that she's an actor, I'm assuming, because this is multiple times that she's been on social media, and these are the people that get the millions of views and stuff like that, not people like me in Canada trying to friggin' call these people out. So yeah, and I'm not conservative, I'm not a liberal, like I'm not like none of that stuff, right? Like I'm someone that's more libertarian than anything if I was to choose a party. But like that's not how I define my life, right? It hasn't and it shouldn't be how you define your life either, with such trivial things, right? So I'll go back to Alex Jones because he is very, very popular. He's very, very controversial and divisive, and so is Trump. And I do believe they're part of the same circles, and also like part of like what I believe to be like a version of Operation Trust that was run in the Soviet Union, where they were trying to make people believe that even QAnon is affiliated with this as well, right? Where they have people that believe that there's people coming to save them from the inside, right? And that's like the reality is, like the people that are on the inside trying to help people are the people like me that have been at the highest levels of government or around them, trying to impact change, but being around a group of people that are believing in like the Alex Joneses of the world, and the Trumps of the world, or the fucking Bidens of the world, which is ridiculous to me. Because anyway, I would like to get on a show like Joe Rogan or Russell Brand, but these people are also unfortunately part of this, whether they know it or not. And even Joe Rogan, he slams flat Earth, and he insults people that are flat earthers, even though Eddie Bravo and other people that he's had on the show are flat earthers, flat simulation earthers to be specific, and destroys like the globetard theories out of the water all the time, and have for thousands of years. So even through these people's time where we're saying that there was a scientific revolution, no, there have been scientific de-evolutions in the past with Copernicus and these Galileo types and Einstein who their theories have been debunked, right? And so it's not, and they have popular ones that are out there because it fits the narrative of what people want to spin. But there's also ones that they're not showing because they were debunked, right? So, we don't want people to think that they were wrong or like not perfect and geniuses in so many other different ways. And so if people get a hold of the fact that they've had actual scientific theories that have been absolutely refuted and ridiculous, then like they would question these as well, and people should be. So I wouldn't get on a show like Joe Rogan because you wouldn't have, unfortunately, someone like me on, because I would just the data that I have and that I've shared, even on the references and description boxes here, it's medical, scientific, government data that he would never get access to by anyone else other than people like me. And but he's bought and he's paid for, and it's very clear. And it might not even be clear to him, but he's selling out humanity by pushing this friggin' object, like this narrative, and not even looking at flat Earth or considering it. So if that's the case where he's just actually believing in the globe stuff, then he's actually not even paying attention or listening. And he's getting too fanboyed by the people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and these other idiot liars, like his friend Bill Nye, the science liar. He's a comedian. Alex Jones is a comedian. Like, none of these people should be the people that you're looking at to get your, anyway, your facts wrong.
1989, Relentless, 1991, Arizona Bay, 1992, and Random E Minor, 1993.
This is long before there was even a connection made between Bill and AJ. Before we go any further, I must bring up the fact that according to searchable birthdays of Bill Hicks and Alex Jones, there is a little over a 12-year difference in age, with Bill being older. So Alex claims he's 44 now, and Bill would be 56 right now. Let's note that here in 2018, that Alex Jones does not look 44. He doesn't look 44 to me. Also got to say that people age differently depending on how they treat their bodies and things like that. So again, just want to make a note of it because people have been making notes of this for quite some time.
It is important for the viewer of this video to know that Bill Hicks is 12 years older than what his character, Alex Jones, claims to be. That being said, let's play a little game. How old is that man? 30 or 42? 32 or 44? 35 or 47? 39 or 51?
Moving forward, Kevin Booth credits Bill Hicks and Alex Jones as the producer of his 2013 film, American Drug War II. On many occasions, Alex Jones talks about being Bill Hicks.
Yes, I am Bill Hicks. Or to be more accurate, you didn't get it all, did you? You didn't get the full conspiracy. I played the character, Bill Hicks, for 15 years with my accomplice, Kevin Booth, and we fooled you all. The master actor, the master genius. And then I decided to bring forward an even more incredible persona, that of Alex Jones. The Queen of England's my mother. Oh, actually, that'll start a new conspiracy theory. Actually, Bill Hicks is my mother. No, the government, in an immaculate conception, climbed on top of my mother, and that's how you got Alex Jones. I am the son of Obama, Bill Hicks. The whole world is a stage, and each of us players upon it. I mean, as Bill Hicks, I know that better than most. Folks, I am Bill Hicks. And I'm sitting here looking at all this, and these people come up to me on the street, and they go, hey, Joe, said one 5 times. And then I try to go, I knew you were, I mean, not Joe,
Alex. Alex.
Whatever
your fucking name is, Alex Jones.
All right, the program is wearing out, so I want to just get this out of the way. I am Bill Hicks.
Has been called Bill.
See, Alex Jones is what he plays a role. It's like even thinking for a second that he was Joe Rogan, right? Because he's so removed from, yeah, his own identity. And I also wanted to, sorry, I was running up the stairs. So I want to share, because they talked about his age, I believe already, to show you just some images of Alex Jones. So claiming to be a few years older than me. And I think that he looks absolutely like to be in his 50s. And so I don't think he's in his 40s. You know, like I don't, and that's just my own assessment. I'm in my 40s, okay, and they're talking like I see gray hair and stuff like that too. And again, I haven't dyed my hair in over a year and a half at least. And even when I did, it was like a half head of like highlights, right? So it's not even complete head at all. And I don't have gray hair, right? So you could be in your 40s and not have gray hair or very low amounts, and not have like and not look like this, right? And so like he looks like someone in his 50s to me. And like, does he look my age? Like, you could tell me, like, I will not be insulted.
By some of his guests.
The missing records, it's the proof of cover-up is the proof of guilt.
Yeah, and we just wrote this ebook. Question of eligibility under my name, Jerome Corsi, and Mike Zollo, D-U-L-L-O. We lay all this out just like we did at the press conference. Now, your question.
Then you've got Carrie, who's absolutely in another universe, in an alternate space, and, quantum Quagmireville, basically Quagmireville.
And Alex even claimed to be funnier and more successful than Hicks.
You're going to keep purveying that Bill Hicks myth when you do that, because that sounds like the devil Bill Hicks voice when you do that.
We should just get a tight shot of Merlin at the microphone.
And then Rush Limbaugh's there and the devil mounts him. I'm a lot funnier than Bill Hicks. I'm a lot more successful than him.
Definitely.
And it just shows a total mental illness.
And that's why you had to stop that character and just totally admit that.
But I mean, the guy was from Texas.
While later being a total hypocrite.
And, it's actually kind of mean to the family, folks. Bill really did die of pancreatic cancer. And that's not why Kevin Booth is here. He's here to talk about American Drug War, too. I just want to be honest with folks. Actually, Kevin Booth is Bill Hicks.
In an issue of the Maybe Quarterly, Bill's best friend, Kevin Booth, says this. Even Joe Rogan has gone back and forth since I first introduced him to Alex. He keeps flipping back and forth between either this guy is a complete lunatic or it's almost like he is some kind of savant that is seeing into the future on some weird level. What's weird is that I think Alex is one of the funniest guys I have ever known. I mean, I think that Alex is funnier than Bill. Alex makes me laugh harder than Bill ever did. He is such a genuine character. That's just not normal behavior for a lifelong best friend to display. Kevin Booth's Bill Hicks' best friend, and he's disrespecting him big time by saying Alex Jones is funnier than Bill. That's insane.
I have lost people that I've loved, even at a young age, even at 13. And you don't do this. You don't act like this, talk like this. Like it's if you were with someone that was like if you were close.
Ludicrous. They say Bill died from pancreatic cancer. The thing is that the most likely candidates for pancreatic cancer are between ages 60 and 80, not 32. Is it possible that Bill died of pancreatic cancer? Sure, but it's not likely. On some versions of American, the Bill Hicks story, the tagline says, "The true life story of the outlaw comic that tried to save the world. He still might." Perhaps a little clue there, and that's not the only one. On page 423 of Bill Hicks, Agent of Evolution, Kevin Booth wrote that on the way back from Bill's purported funeral, that Bill had appeared sitting shotgun in Kevin's car, and then Bill proclaimed that he had done it. He pulled off the world's biggest joke, like it was all a magic trick. Let's look at the book. I'll show it to you. What's up, everybody? ODD. Got the book. This is the book written by Kevin Booth. It's called Bill Hicks, Agent of Evolution. And I just want to show you that the page 423 real quick. So let's have a look. So here's page 423. And Kevin Booth is talking about being at the funeral. And he said, "There's nothing so real in the world, but at the same time, it was like a dream. How did this happen? How come Bill is dead? He was fucking 32. 32. The strangest, most beautiful person I ever knew or ever will. And he's dead at 32. So just wanted to read that because he's kind of, you see how crazy it is that he made that statement that Alex Jones is
32 and 23 interchangeable. There's also significance with that number as well. And there's even like movies about it. I've talked about the number 23 before as well.
funniest person he's ever met. But let's jump down here to the bottom. It says, I was driving the old brown Blazer by Seton Hospital near my house. I caught something out of my periphery. I looked over and Bill had appeared sitting shotgun in my car. He told me that he had done it. That he had pulled off the world's biggest joke. Like it was all a magic trick. Okay, so that's page 423 of Bill Hicks, Agent of Evolution. Another interesting clue is in the orange drink connection. Bill had a stand-up segment about orange drink.
You ready? Orange drink. I'm going, what's the name of it? Orange drink. That's classic England, right? This is just.
I'll reiterate, this is not irrefutable proof at all. It's not. It's just this is interesting, and it's interesting stuff to consider. And yeah.
Socialist nightmare over there, right? That's the drink. Orange drink. I said, yeah, you really got.
Either way, though, it should make you question the credibility of Alex Jones as someone that's as someone else other than a comedian, an entertainer.
Got my act down good, guys. That'll be great. You know, when I'm done ranting about elite power that rules the planet under a totalitarian government that uses the media in order to keep people stupid, my throat gets parched. That's why I drink orange drink. Yeah, right. See, don't you see how it all fit in? Don't you see how every word I said would be hollow and filled with nothing?
And for some odd reason, Alex Jones sells an orange drink called Tangy Tangerine.
Now, there are hundreds of great products at InfoWarsTeam.com, but I want to point out the 3 that have helped me lose 37 pounds in just 2 months. Products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. When I started taking the Tangy Tangerine and other products every day, I lost more than 37 pounds in just 2 months.
So did Bill Hicks assume the identity of a character named Alex Jones? Most likely. But even with the slightest chance that it isn't the case, Alex Jones is still 100% controlled opposition. He works for Ted Turner, who owns Time Warner. We find proof of that when an InfoWars employee is questioned by a cop.
Right there, right there.
You work for Time Warner Cable?
Right there.
Is that who you work for?
I work for Alex Jones. Who do you work for?
You work for President
I work for InfoWars. INFOWARS.com. It's a website.
InfoWars.com. Okay, that's what I'm asking, so I can tell who you work for.
So they don't like us.
We also find evidence of it with the movie A Scanner Darkly, where Alex Jones is part of the cast.
Can't you figure this out? Look around you. Look how far we've come. Humanity wasn't meant to live like this. Our every waking moment, tracked and traced and scanned. It's time to stop submitting to this tyranny. It's time to realize that we're being enslaved.
And who put out the movie? Warner Brothers. So he's handled by Time Warner, again, owned by Ted Turner, who is a member of the Bilderberg Group that Alex Jones complains about. It's all a joke, a distraction for these people. To top it all off, Jones is seen in the eyes of many as the leader of the truth movement, and he acts like the nuttiest bastard on earth.
What do I do, Lord? Destroy the child. Corrupt them all. This is their plan, people. These are demons.
Yeah, like talking about like demons and like intergalactic alien being, all of this shit. I've seen things that you would never see. I've been in places that you've never been. I know things that you will never know. No, you don't, bro.
Repent now. I know your mustache is cool. You got little gold frame glasses. You scare me so bad. You scum.
Nellie's going, kill everybody. I get off when I talk about cutting people's power off. I'm a Nellie.
Yeah. I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm a human, and I'm coming. I'm animated. I'm alive. My heart's big. It's got hot blood going through it fast.
So I'll stop sharing that, and then I'll get into a video like I've shared before. I will share it again. Not the whole thing, obviously. It's Woo's News.
And this is a regular guy. Just as they approach the peace camp, right on time.
Oh,
And Nordine still
actors.
watching Angel, while Grossman's on the down low.
Rumble is like not the greatest for reception. I'm trying to see if I can get right into Alex Jones here, but because even Trump is part of it. I'll let it play out for a bit. Yalla. Okay, so let's share another thing. A Rumble video. From Zendrius.
Boom, 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 boom. Because of a third explosion. And about an hour later after that, there was a huge explosion at the base of the South Tower. Huge explosion at the base of the South Tower.
Which again feeds that feeling that there was something else, that there may have been something else that brought those buildings down.
There was a lot of talk there in New York of another explosion prior to the collapse of the first building.
We could hear a rumble, which was about 5 seconds long, preceding the actual collapse, and then a boom when each of those towers collapsed.
About 2 seconds ago, there was a huge explosion, and it appears right now the second World Trade Tower has just collapsed.
I was about 5 blocks away when I heard explosions.
And then you heard from far away, boom, boom. And you heard the boom, 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 boom.
All my thoughts that are popping out. It was like, if it had detonated,
from the corner, boom, 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 boom. Just like 20 straight hits. And as the bombs were going, people just started running.
I'm still trying to wait for the Spotting Bad Actors to load on Rumble. Like there's so many just bad reception.
You see, the CIA created Osama bin Laden, and they're now using him to help bring about world government by making him the big boogeyman because they can't use Saddam Hussein anymore. And whatever is going to happen that they're going to blame on Osama bin Laden, don't you even believe it. When in hell are all you people going to wake up?
Was sitting here all morning. Yeah, I was wondering what they're doing. I said, where's the fire department just sitting there? That's what I'm thinking this business.
No, it wasn't a commercial airline. But I think it wasn't no commercial. The first one I never saw. The second one I saw was big. But it didn't have any markings on it. I saw it. No, I didn't see it. The second one, it didn't have like a camouflage. No emblems, no logos.
And the plane wasn't no airline or anything. It was a twin-engine, big gray plane.
Mark, were you close enough to be able to see any markings on the airplane?
It definitely did not look like a commercial plane. I didn't see any windows on the sides.
No, it was a black plane. It looked like a fighter jet.
It looked like a fighter jet. It was a military plane.
Target without having a pilot.
Did you actually see the jet itself?
Yeah.
And what type was it?
It was great, to be honest with you. It was great. It was about it was like a 737.
It was a fighter jet coming in to cover the city.
Someone said it looked like a military plane.
Mark, if what you say is true, those could be cargo planes or something like that. You said you didn't see any windows in the side?
It was not a normal flight that I've ever seen at an airport, and it did not look like it belonged in this area.
The lack of any official explanation feeds an ominous conspiracy. This is from an online discussion about the plane on the website 911blogger.com. I have always thought these planes were exactly that, mission control for the 9/11 attack on our country.
What's going on already? We was in the staging area inside the building.
These are actual real people. I'm trying to get on Woo's News to show you that there's a difference between the actual people that were on the ground responding to real events and death and fire and stuff like that, like these brave firefighters. But there were also ones that were role players that were literally like claiming that he was like out fighting fires all friggin' day and like not even like a little bit of friggin' suit on him or even sweat from the friggin' day, and lying about this stuff. And so let's see if I can stop sharing this. I've shared this before, and then go back on Rumble to see if it will actually play.
So Jaden X and his cohort that invited me in that room were very much actors. The police officers, they didn't stop anyone, they didn't tell anyone, and if they did, it didn't seem realistic enough for anyone to even, because they don't do it right. They're going to specific people and they're acting out little scenarios that don't make any sense.
Did you see any blood? What's your thoughts on this whole blood?
I don't think it was real blood. Yeah.
Do you think she's a crisis actor? Do you think she's acting?
Yes.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty bad acting. Yeah.
You think it's acting?
And I showed this, and actually, I'll keep this playing, and then I'll look for the video. Like I shared almost the entire one when I talked about conspiracies that are no longer that are proven that are no longer theories. I believe it was either that one or the one about crisis actors. But I shared pretty much the whole friggin' video, and that's why I don't want to show that one again, because I already shared it and it's been like only like in the last couple of weeks. And but it has Donald Trump in there, it has Alex Jones, it has like literally so many friggin' different people, InfoWars, and people again working in government and outside of government as pretending to be government.
None of these officers have actually really even touched her or identified the wound or anything, from what I saw at least. And then they grab her and then they just move her. They haven't put any bandages on her.
Wardrobe malfunction, just like the squib in her backpacks and stuff. There's nothing of tangible value in this Ashley Babbitt routine. If the government thinks that they can just do these parades and stuff for fun, all the while calling everyone else domestic terrorists, if you see it, warn others what's going on, say something, speak up about it, even if it's not popular.
That was Taylor Toronto's little clip there, right near Ashley Babbitt's body. It came out of the closet about.
Oh, I think I've called her Shannon before. I don't know why I keep doing that.
The Ashley Babbitt situation, what he believed in it on Defender Vance. And immediately following that interview, he was kicked out of Freedom Corner and only days later arrested, running around Obama's backyard after Trump posted the address. It's a weird case, man. Taylor Toronto's an accredited Navy personnel, right? He was a student for the Center of Information Warfare Training. So he knows a bit of psychological warfare techniques. And today, to talk with us about these actors and activists, he'll be coming on in a minute whenever he's ready. Woo's News made a very interesting documentary about how the January 6th thing was the first initial entry of the people was completely staged. Hired actors, everybody's paid and involved, right? And no one does a better job of like breaking the illusion, like in video, than Woo's does that I've seen so far in my life. He really is able to just make it clear this is staged, this is fake. And I've been a paid protester before with the right.
See, this is what I'm talking about. She is an actress. She is not a police officer. Never has been, never will be. And wearing the badge, wearing a uniform, like, oh my God. It's
Russians filming protests like this. Now, I've never done it intentionally to deceive. Like, I've staged shots and sold them. It was the best money I ever made, like, consistently. Filming the protests and just playing that game. Woo. They once paid me to film a puddle by my house and make it look like hurricane damage. Oh, yeah, the paper said it, Just going to go along with it now. All right, we got Woo's News in the background. What's up, Rafa?
Brother, I may speak coherently. I may stutter. I may stumble. This is my first interview regarding this Act 2, so I'm not used to doing interviews. But I feel that it'll be great. Let me know when we're ready and good to go.
So we're on now. We're going.
Oh, we're on now. Okay, just kidding. Some things I want to say before we begin. There's a case I've been working on in the background for many years, and if anybody who's watching this is a remote viewer, I have a target for you, and this is very, very important to me. And if you are a remote viewer and you have some insight on this, please email me at woosnews@protonmail.com. And there is the target, 0805-2367. And then lastly,
on that, like if anyone ever wanted to email me, I'm at don189@protonmail.com, and you can email me there.
I want to say, like,
I'm also on Discord.
If you're a part of this investigation, your name comes up, or if it's alluded to, or anything like that, my intention is not to bring any harm to any of these people. You know, I have compassion for these people, and I have, these are God's children, and I have love for them. And I mean, they're wrapped up in my investigation, but it's nothing personal. Truly, that's coming from the heart.
Yeah,
So,
I know the feeling, man. You know, everybody's kind of heard of your Ashley Babbitt documentary where you say it was all staged, basically. And
yes.
So you want to tell us real quick who you are and, how you got started on calling out like these bad actors and all this?
You know, you've seen that archetype conspiracy theorist kind of guy on TV or whatever, where his whole wall is covered with pictures and there's a line, a thread connecting to I had that wall.
Oh, yeah.
That was for the Aurora, Colorado investigation. How did I get started? I started when I was a teenager with Kurt Cobain. That was my first investigation. And then I wouldn't have another investigation all throughout college. And then I learned about 9/11 through a documentary called Zeitgeist.
Mm-hmm.
And that just woke me up to everything. And I've been breaking down investigations ever since then, just for me. And wasn't until COVID started that I wanted to do something about it.
Right. So you dove full time into your task.
Absolutely,
like
full time. Yeah. Mostly full time when I began Act 2.
You're kind of new to Taranto here, but you played such a major role in shifting his perspective on the situation, or at least enabling him to come out of that situation and speak his mind. But you made some interesting points you said during the Defender Vance interview.
Yeah, first of all, I've only seen this less than a week ago. So Taylor Toronto has come forward and said that Ashley Babbitt is a crisis actor and that she did fake her death. And for those who are unaware, Taylor Toronto is standing catty corner from where Ashley is about to climb through the hole. The room that was already set up before they already came in. Because, we got a photo shoot going on outside the speaker's lobby. We got a photo shoot going on inside the house. I mean, I already knew all of this, but to hear somebody who's standing next to her say that, because he does go on to say that she is, I like to call them distressed thespians. Oh, we got some more help. And somebody's taking a shower. So I live in LA. There's lots to see. I am new to this revelation, even though it did just happen.
Mm-hmm.
I find the story that came out the next day about him being at Obama's house or trying to blow it up, I briefly looked into that, but it did seem like a consequence.
Yeah, he got removed from Freedom Corner, and I think it was a week later. He got singled out first, and then this happened.
Yeah.
So it was like a series of events where he got the intro clip. I don't know if you saw, but I've sent you those clips before where he gets chased off.
I hope he's safe. I hope I think that's very brave of him to say in an interview what he said. It's certainly a bombshell. I hope all of these people are safe. The bad guys Father says they're not bad guys. Oh, they made bad choices. Okay, the people, his creations who made bad choices, I hope they are safe as well, including this creation, Father. Okay. I understand why they do it. The trajectory of where their life is heading, and then usually these people are in desperate need of a lesser sentence of a crime they've been convicted, or they're poor and they need money, or they're drug addicts and need the money to buy drugs. And so what I've come to see with paid protesters and crisis actors is that they are hurting. I am unaware as if that is a part of somebody's whole contract, or if the certain circumstances that they took in their life. Okay, Father says yes. If I say Father again, that means God. And the bigger picture is not necessarily who's going to be president. Oh, no. I think the bigger picture is breaking free of the matrix. I think the biggest picture is understanding your contract, your sole purpose. Why are you here? Why did you come here during this time? We're on the precipice of some interesting change that is about to come our way. Well, there's kind of an interesting spiritual phenomenon that happened to me on April 16th, and this is probably not the place to go into it, but
yeah,
some things I've seen, and you know, I've just had a wonderful communication with Father and Brother Jesus and someone else I won't mention that is no longer on terra firma. Oh, I hope I don't regret. Okay, Father says no.
Well, the whole thing is out here. The whole game is like psychological warfare, which is the battle for the mind. But if you go through etymology, the psyche is the soul.
I love etymology.
Yeah, the psyche is the soul, the mind. It's all the same thing. So now it's a warfare for the mind, but it's really a spiritual war, right?
That's exactly what Father has called it. Father had me go through lessons of etymology and learning Latin, which is very interesting. While it may not appear to be that way with Woo's News, that is my impetus, is getting people, pull them out of the matrix so that they could start to, you know, people are always like, I need to know what's going on in my country. I need to watch the news. And I think that is, I think that's a lie. I think people they get a drip. I think they get an adrenaline rush. And I think that they have been programmed to watch it. And there's something that they get. And I know this feeling because I would go on GLP, on Godlike Productions in the past, and I would just get that drip. You know, this was years ago. And I don't even look anymore. I believe it to be all fake. I believe all of it is political.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if they sign that bill, or, you know, that's very real. What comes later could be very real. I would take that a step forward and say, okay, you know so much about what's going on in the world, or at least you think you do. What's going on in your heart, bro? Or sister, you know, like,
yeah,
what's going on in there? Because that is more important. Yeah, Father says yes. So
well, Alan makes a good point, surprisingly here. So the Fed set the Feds up in this situation with Toronto.
Oh, it's rigged.
Speaking of the Father stuff, like again, not something that I subscribe to either. And like everyone has their own thing. It is what it is. Like I can't disprove that he's actually doing that. I've never. Yeah, it is what it is.
It's rings within rings within rings. Certain people know certain information. Some people are privy to that information. Really, put down your sides. Like this is so high school at this point. Put down your sides. You're being manipulated by everyone. Everyone is a suspect. Okay, everyone. You know, if you want to think I'm a suspect, fine. You know, at least we're getting that. We're getting some. We're getting you to think for yourself.
I figured I would try to get it at 1.5 speed, but I'm having too many reception issues. I shouldn't have attempted it. I'm just like, I'm bored with this conversation, unfortunately, and they're only going to get to the good stuff in a little bit.
Oh, this is not our home. This is college. This is where our souls come to learn. It is the most dense, low vibration planet that I am aware of.
Yeah, the whole planet stuff too. So
that they have told me. This is where we come to learn the most. So everyone, give yourself a pat on the back. All of y'all, the Satanists, you know, the Christians, the rich and the poor, everybody in between. Give yourself a pat on the back for coming here. Now get back to that contract, get back to your purpose, and start from there.
It's all kind of changing anyhow. I think that the power is equalizing somewhat because their illusions are getting shattered by the internet for some people. But for others, it seems to be deepening the illusion all at the same time.
The illusion of evil, we'll say, was outweighed by the good, and that is shifting. Those scales are shifting, and that's happening right now. Like I said, I'm pro-people. Even if you're a crisis actor, it's not that I'm on your side, but I'm rooting for you to do the right thing. I'm on the side of the people as much as they anger me, as much as despite
Oh,
that.
yeah, dude.
I'm still on the side of the people. And what has been occurring lately is I've been receiving a lot of emails from what they would probably want to be called as patriots. People, now I don't agree with Trump. I don't agree with any president or any type of entity like that. I don't think any of them have our best interests and never have, but whatever. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves. I think
I'm just getting too annoyed with his voice. Like he's someone that should probably just stick to, no offense, like actually just sharing the data that he has, and like I try to do as well. Like I try to give like my own opinion on things, and then also share what you guys are all wanting to watch, right? So like this is something I already shared. I already said everything wrong with the Capitol riots and 889 angles.
Oh. What's that all about? Getting a little annoyed? Alright, moving on. So now it's noon and the photo shoot's over. Amy Harris has got her photos and she's leading the pack north on First Street. Now they're gonna wait for everyone to catch up on the corner of Constitution and First, outside the Dirksen Senate office building. These photographers are relentless.
Because if Mike Pence does the right thing, we win the election. And we become president, and you are the happiest people.
Now we're headed west on Constitution, and we're coming back from our little photo shoot, where Stephen Nelson, DC reporter for the New York Post, is going to take this footage. And thank you, Stephen, for the timestamps. And now, one of our stars, Taylor Hanson, files in with the PBs, being led by a bunch of photographers. Notice the cop escort on the right. The guy in his scooter is Eddie Block. He has a shady past, but we don't have time for that. So now they're going to turn left onto First. Oh, now they're getting into character. Now they're going to take a pit stop on First in Constitution. They're just waiting around, getting their breakfast. And what could they be waiting for? Oh, hey, look, it's Data, who turns out to be the Ugandan-born / USC School of Cinematic Arts videographer, Young Kim, who works under his Rise Images banner, but the footage he captures today will be licensed to RMG News, who were the consultants and technical advisors for the 2014 film Nightcrawler, which is about an amateur cameraman who deceives, manipulates, and exploits everyone who stands in the way of his money shot. Let's check in with the west side of the Capitol. And it looks like we have some actors waiting outside in the cold and waiting for everybody to show. And remember this guy. We'll call him the Unabomber.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol.
So these are all actors. I wanted to talk about other actors as well, Andrew Tate being one of them, whether he knows it or not. And then just give you a different take on things. Someone as a woman who's been in a predominantly male-dominated environment for like my entire life, I have also experienced what Mikhaila Peterson has experienced publicly, although not to the same scale or degree as her. I haven't seen this video yet. But I've seen other videos of Andrew Tate where it seemed like he was alluding to the fact that he and Mikhaila Peterson had been intimate. And he is someone that has clout. He is someone that is a millionaire. He brags about like models and all this other stuff. Like, so anyway, and so he's still paying for sex essentially, or there's still like that implication that like he would actually settle down with one of these women that he's having sex with, and it's not just use them and then devalue them at the end and then talk about like how women shouldn't have any numbers, you know what I mean? Like yet he can have like high numbers and stuff like that, and then yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go on all these.
Like meeting Andrew Tate, our homeboy. Shout out to Andrew Tate. Shout out to Andrew Tate.
Don't watch porn. Don't watch porn. Don't do this. Have cold showers. Don't ejaculate too often.
Like, there's a lot of controversy online. Like, oh, you guys hooked up, did that.
Better know it.
Yes, I do my best. Listen. Not. She's a nice lady. Nothing happened. I spoke to her a bit. She was in Germany, I think. I said, hey, Romania's not so far away. Come visit. We'll go see some castles. It'll be fun. We'll jump in one of my 17 supercars. And that's what we did. That's the story.
Translation, I fucked the shit out of her.
No, I come 5 times a day. I fuck 5
And I like to stop this working afterwards.
times a day minimum, and I get plenty of stuff done. Fuck a bitch, get up, get paid. Fuck a bitch again, get paid. I'm a G. So
They're a bunch of ninja watchers, by Fuck the the way. channel.
Fuck me in cuadro.
All you guys are fucking wearing ninja masks like this and not liking the goddamn video, just watching it. Like the goddamn video.
I don't know what that was about. But anyways, you've got that take, like just like implying that he's like been with her and stuff like that. And Dr. Jordan Peters.
Opinions on Andrew Tate and the masculine movement have.
Sorry. Stop sharing. She's recently come out and discussed that. And of course, people are still like not going to believe. I hate it when men discredit women, and I've been through it. And so it's, oh, I had it up and now I don't. Oh, I have the wrong one up.
Talk about two things.
Sure.
Okay. One, I've been getting fairly tortured on Twitter about this Andrew Tate thing.
Hmm.
Are you
Fairly tortured on Twitter.
okay with addressing that?
Sure.
Okay. So I think first, before we get started, and I only want to talk about this once because I'm very bored of this, delve into this too much. But
2 days ago.
I think a bit of clarification on my end. In 2019, I was in Germany, and Andrew Tate bought me tickets to fly to Romania to go discuss business and then fly back to Canada.
So he is the one that slid into her DMs because she was an attractive, successful, independent woman. You know what I mean? Traveling the world and stuff like that. And then what he wanted to do was he wanted to, anyway.
And the reason I went was because in 2019, when you Googled Andrew Tate, he came up as a millionaire kickboxer. He had ideas about a subscription platform for me and for you. And I think part of the way, because of how I grew up, I basically said yes to opportunities, and I didn't see a reason to not go talk to a millionaire.
I would have done the same thing.
About how he made money. And I also got the benefit of a ticket home.
I do talk with people on a regular basis of influence and stuff like that. And it's not for anything sexual at all. And it's been tried and it's been implied in my circles and stuff like that as well. And it's really friggin' annoying because it discredits us. It's humiliating. It's a lie. And that it has people like get a certain reputation. And it's not good for us, whether people are talking about us in like the wives and girlfriends network or in their networks. And I'm so sick of it. Yeah.
And I was also already in Germany. So I didn't see a reason not to go. That's also probably partly because I used to say yes to any opportunity, which I also think is part of the reason why I'm successful now. So anyway, I went there. From my experience, I met Andrew and I met his brother Tristan. They were very nice to me. Like they were nice to me. We had a fun time. The reason that there's a rumor online that we hooked up or we slept together or something, that didn't happen.
He's perpetuating it.
I've told people that numerous times, and it doesn't matter what I say. He's dispelled it. Doesn't matter.
And then, and this is the thing too that's frustrating. So like even if it happened or not, like it's being seen as like she's now devalued as a woman, and yet he is somehow valued more as a man. And this is also the dichotomy and stuff like that I talk about, but where it's not helping either of us, right? It's causing just a lot of it's causing a disconnect. And it's really hurting women in the end, men as well, but it's absolutely hurting women. And I wish that more men would speak out on this, address this, stop it, and act more like the actual gentleman that they're trying to portray on TV, and they're not.
Anyway,
gentleman doesn't
really
do that.
on the situation because when I went, they were nice to me. Like I actually had a pretty good time. He drove me around in his Bugatti, and we saw castles, which was a weird experience. I remember telling him he was
that's cool.
Very, very, very smart person. And I remember telling him, you kind of remind me of a human shark. I don't know like what it was, but it was like, you're interesting. I don't know if it's your eyes or something, but you kind of remind me of a human shark. That was it. And then I flew home. So that's the story on my end. Now, I wanted to address that because people have been bothering me on Twitter for like 2 years or 3 years because of pictures of us smoking cigars or having a vodka or something, because I did.
And that's not the end of the world, right? Again, she's also in that community, male or female, if you like it or not. And she's also someone that's married and someone that has kids. And so like it's just yeah, that's why like there's just things that are frustrating to me about the people like Andrew Tate that are making so much money exploiting the demographics and the groups that they're pretending that they're supporting and propping up, and BS. And so like in my humble opinion, another actor. And so I've got that one. And it's just like it's unfortunate because like again, like Michaela Peterson, I've listened to a lot of her interviews and podcasts and stuff like that, and I know people that do security work like in her network and stuff like that, just because of, again, like the work that I've done and who I've done it with. And people say like nothing but good things about her as a human being. So this is like, again, like this is like behind closed doors and stuff like that too. And where even security details are saying that she's a great human being and say that we would actually get along, and I can see it as well. But Lord knows I'm probably also seen in a certain way online, just like she is in certain groups, and it's because of of what we do and how we are as women, right? Even though we're like on the same friggin' team, guys, like everyone's propping up people like Oprah and friggin' Chrystia Freeland and Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi and these idiots, and in Canada too, with Patty Hajdu and Vera Etches, these dummies, Teresa Tam, Melanie Jolie, Anita Anand, like they had like no business being in the positions that they're in, and everyone seems to love these friggin' types. But if you're an attractive female, and I'm not saying that I'm attractive for general population, I would say I'm classified as army hot, and that I always forget to claim that I have no I'm not modest or anything like that. I don't think I'm like the hottest thing in the world at all. Like not even close. I'm very insecure. I can be, I mean, with my looks and stuff like that. But in like the army, again, with the fact that there's not a lot of women and like they usually don't look like people like me, like it is what it is. Let's see if I can share something else about NASA. I think I've already shared NASA with the actronauts and stuff like that, doing the fake green room stuff and seeing just how clearly CGI manipulated like some movements are, and then even with the harnesses and the cords and stuff like that being caught up in them, and so I think I will leave it at that on this wonderful Sunday. And no one has any questions, so I will leave it at that and hope that everyone has a wonderful day.